Hello and welcome! This is MechCommander, and we're back with some more MechCommander 2. And let's go ahead and listen to the mission briefing before we get started.
It's going better than I'd hoped. I hear people are starting to call you their savior.
Agreed. He's done well. But I've seen this kind of thing before. Your citizens can't make a hero out of a mercenary. Eventually, he's going to pull out and leave you defenseless. Your people have to liberate themselves.
Well, then we'll give them a symbol to rally around. Like the palace. We'll destroy the Liao Palace.
Alright, the mission is Baxter's Gambit. Break through the heart of Liao defenses and destroy the palace, the seat of Liao power on Carver 5. Okay, before I get started here, I would like to point out that it has been a little while since I've recorded last. And I do have a new setup, so as a result, there may be some technical issues. If there are, I'll try and fix them in editing, but there may be some audio sync issues as I do have to sync things up with the way that I do my recordings. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the mission briefing itself, the more detailed mission briefing. So we have 3 objectives here: destroy the Liao Elite Guard, destroy the Liao Palace, and extract. Alright, because we're going to go against the Elite Guard, I'm going to assume we're going to want to have our top team in this one. Commander, I'm about to ask you to undertake a difficult task. Despite our efforts, the people of Carver 5 are dying every day this war drags on. They need to know that the end is in sight, and we need to break the Steiner-Liao alliance. I'm asking you to take your team and put them against the best of the Liao forces on their home ground. If you can break through and destroy Liao Palace, Carver 5 will know the tide is changing, and Steiner will be left without an ally. We can win this war, Commander, but only with the help of the people. They need to know that if they fight for us, they won't die in vain. Show them that the noble houses are not invincible, and they will rise up. Okay, our tactical officer notes. Sir, might I remind you that the palace is one of the most heavily guarded, fortified areas on the entire planet. Major Kelly's forces will spearhead the assault, but once she's opened an alley into the palace sector, we're on our own. Even if we can break through the perimeter wall, its defenses, we'll still have to deal with the Elite Guard. These are Liao's best mech warriors. They won't be like anything we're used to dealing with from Liao. My professional opinion is that this is a suicide run, Commander. Also, our drop point's way over here, so we've got quite a distance to get to our objective. Alright, now it's time for the loadout. Now, we have the light loadout from my last mission, so we're definitely going to want to remove all these mechs and move on here. So I have read a number of comments from people. First off, I will point out that I'm not going to say that I am the best at this game. I'm not playing this game to be excellent at it, to showcase the best skill at this type of game. I'm not that great of an RTS player. I'm mostly going through this to have fun and go through the experience of the story and what have you. This is an older game. This is not a game that I'm assuming that many people are going to be familiar with, at least unless you are having played it from the past. And also I have had people criticize my play style, pointing out that they feel that the weapons I'm using on my mechs are terrible and that I'm not doing enough damage, and if I was playing on a harder difficulty, I would get my ass kicked. And that very well may be the case, but one thing I would like to point out, let's go ahead and first get our mech loadout here. So I like to run the Cyclops, and we have been running the Zeus, and it's actually, because it's been a while, I don't remember our exact loadout. We're going to have a lot of tonnage to work with here, so I'm going to use an Atlas. And that leaves us about halfway, so at this point, I like to keep my loadout small if I can, but let's say we go with our Zeus, and perhaps it will allow me to get away with, I might be able to get away with 2. Let's remove we might be able to get away with 2 Mad Cats, and if that's the case, I would prefer that loadout. Oh, okay, we're 40 tons shy. So one thing people have noted out is that they feel strategy-wise, the better strategy is to use a light mech and to bait enemies into the light mech. As we've seen by the AI tends to be stupid. What they try to do is they try and focus on one of your mechs. All of them go after that one mech blindly. So your other mechs can once you get that bait, you can have that one mech run away through your own mechs and then just have your mechs decimate the enemy. Now, I personally feel that that's a little bit on the gamey side. That may be the better strategy to utilize, and I very much could do that. For example, using a Sha Yu, which has pretty good mobility. We could slot that in, we'd have the tonnage for it, and we'd be just fine. But I don't know if that's the kind of playstyle I'd like to do. Again, with me, I struggle a little bit with RTS games and keeping on top of things like that, micromanaging, and I feel like it takes a lot of micromanagement to pull that off. I probably would be better off with maybe even rocking 2 Atlases and then run just a single Mad Cat. In that case, I think we would have... Yeah, that's what I'm going to run. I'm going to probably put this Atlas at the same loadout as we had before. But in any case, let's go ahead and get into the modification. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that people have said to me as better ways of setting up a mech. So one thing that I've heard said at least a couple times is people feel that the Clan ERPPC is the better weapon and that I should be using that, and the weapons loadouts that I'm using are not effective. I'm not doing enough damage. But most of my loadouts have focused pretty heavily on LRMs, and from what I see, just mathematically speaking, the Clan ERPPC does 7 damage, and at over 10 seconds, it will do that damage 2.2 times. So that's about 15 plus damage, and the amount of heat that you build up for that is 15, and the number of slots that you take up is 3. But if you compare that to the Clan LRMs, the weapon that I've been focusing on, we do 6 damage, a little over 6 damage, per LRM rack. Now, right there, you're saying, oh, well, that's almost 3 times more than the Clan PPC, the ERPPC. But it takes up 3 slots. And also, it builds up more than 3 times the heat. So in the case of this Atlas here, I'm already at my heat max. Now, I know I have a lot of weapons to remove, but if I were to load out all Clan ERPPCs, I would be building up more heat to do so. So I would have to put in heat sinks. I'd be wasting slots to do so. And on top of that, I actually would be doing less damage, because if you multiply the amount of damage that a Clan LRM rack can do over that given time by 3, the number of slots that an ERPPC takes up, the LRM rack actually does more damage. So I don't understand that argument that people have been having with me in the comments. I could be wrong with my assessment, but as far as I can tell, I don't understand the argument that people are having there. Now, I could see an argument for removing stuff like the ultra-heavy autocannon, and in a way, maybe having it in here, I'm not optimizing this particular mech loadout. So let's do that. Let's try and optimize it a little bit better so that we're getting better firepower. So I'm just going to remove this weapon altogether. I'm going to utilize what heat I have to try and maximize the damage I can get from my LRM racks. Because again, I feel like bang for buck, this is going to be your better deal here. So kind of like my things to be a little bit better organized though. So I'll be slotting those in myself. All right, and we're almost running out of our heat sinks or our capacity for our heat. So let's say we remove one of these ER lasers. Now, close range weapon firepower wise, I don't know what's ideal, but again, people are pointing out the Clan ERPPC, which is only going to be for long range, and I've been focusing predominantly on long range myself. So, all right, so let's say we slap in a heatsink here, and that will allow us to do another one of these Clan LRM racks. And at this point, I guess I'll just go ahead and fill out as many of these Clan LRM racks as I can, using heat sinks to bolster. Now, normally speaking, I believe there is an option where you can turn ammo on, but it's not on by default. I just took whatever default difficulty there is. So in the case of that, I could see the justification for the Clan ERPPC. But as I said, I don't think ammo's been a factor. So in that case, like for example, in here, I can fit 1 Clan ERPPC for how much heat capacity I have. It's a very heat draining weapon. So I could get rid of all of my close range weapons and just go extremely long range, or go all long range, but that would leave me vulnerable if the enemy is able to close on me. But again, maybe the way that you optimize this is always keep yourself at range. But Okay, we can fit in another clan LRM rack. And then we only have 2 heat left over. And I'm not going to really... Oh, actually 3 heat left over. So we could probably do a clan SRM rack here. So I'll just stick that in there. All right, so that's going to be our loadout. I don't know if that is the optimum thing. I'm not going to sit here and crunch the numbers, but it's probably better than what it was. So let's go ahead and hit accept here. And I'm just going to call this C4 plus. Okay. So now that we've done that, we're just going to modify our other Atlas to be the C4 plus. Hit accept. Oh, we don't have enough money for that. All right, we'll sell a mech somewhere. So what don't we need? At this point, we probably have more Mad Cats than we need. I think I'm going to get rid of this Yager mech. We'll sell one of those. That should give us enough money to do the upgrades we're looking to do. Let's go ahead and modify this guy. Now, this loadout is fairly expensive, so we have to keep that in mind. Our Cyclops, again, we probably don't have the optimum loadout here because we're using a clan Gauss rifle, and that's probably not really optimum for damage. So just to, again, if we look at the numbers here, so clan Gauss rifle, it does 10 damage, and it does that 1.6 times in 10 seconds. So that's going to do about 16 damage. Now, it has very good heat efficiency, but unfortunately, it takes up a huge amount of space. So with our LRM racks here, we'd only have to fit in 3 of those, and we'd be exceeding the amount of damage that this does. So it's much more efficient for us to use the clan LRM racks. Of course, that is if we have the heat capacity, but of course, we could also load in the heat sinks, which we can very well do with the amount of space that we have. So even though we are having to devote some of our space to heat sinks, it's still going to be better for us in the long run because, again, one more heat sink here will give us the capacity to have this LRM rack, and now we're already equaling the amount of damage we used to do. So one more heat sink should allow for one more LRM rack, and now we are going to be doing more damage than we did before. Oh, that's annoying. Just from an aesthetic standpoint, I like to keep my things together. There we go. Also, we have the ability of replacing this, although I don't really have the heat for it. How about we just replace that with another Clan Streak SRM pack? Give us a little bit of close-in firepower. All right, so ideally, or I'm guessing mathematically here, that we have increased our ability a little bit up, mathematically speaking, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, and last but not least is our Mad Cat, which we do have the Clan ERPPCs in here, and I've already discussed that I feel that the Clan LRM racks are more efficient, but I think I'm going to keep this loadout about where it is. All right, let's move on. So I'm going to want to use my elite pilots here, so we're going to stick Worm into the Cyclops. That's an easy choice. Hacksaw is an LRM specialist. Probably will be well served in an Atlas, as there are a lot of LRMs in there. So let's go ahead and slap him there. And then we have Steel here, which is none of his abilities are going to help except for the long range specialist. Rooster. Does this count for... that does count. So these two altogether, Rooster would probably be a pretty good pilot to put into the Mad Cat. And then we have Ghost here, who I don't know if that will really help me. I'm going to grab Longshot instead, and we'll put her in our Atlas. So pretty good loadout here. I could have used Steel and one of these mechs here, but I think we've got a pretty good loadout. Let's go ahead and launch the mission. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at ourselves. All right, so we have enemies all over the place already. This looks like got a turret control there. Unfortunately, with my loadout being slow like it is, we're not going to be having an easy time getting through. What is our resources like? We do have 16,000, which is going to allow us to do 2 airstrikes, but we're going to have to choose that very carefully. So if we were to knock out the turret generator here, we could force our way through the turret grid on one side and then work our way out that way. Do we have any resource points to capture? We do have resource trucks over here. So probably, at least as far as I'm concerned, the best strategy here is to knock out one of the turret grids. Then we go through this way, either by knocking out the ammo dump, although we do have a risk of knocking out the resource trucks because they are relatively close. But we get these resource trucks. It's going to give us some resource points back, and that may give us the possibility of having more airstrikes in the future. Let's go ahead and take a look around. So we've got more resource trucks over here and a resource building. Got a power generator. I don't see any actual turrets here. We can knock out this fuel area here, and that should knock out a lot of area if there are mechs in this zone. So here and here are good targets for airstrikes if there are mechs in that area. Moving on, we have this structure here, which appears to be defenses. We could knock out the turret generator to get through this area. We may have a fordable area though, so I'm going to keep that in mind. And then once we're through there, we're into our, let's go ahead and bring up our objectives. Our second objective, which is to destroy the Liao base. We have to destroy the elite guard, which there is no location for, so it's probably just kill all the enemy or a specific unit that we have to kill. And then our extraction is well up here. And there are turret grids, but they shouldn't be a factor. We might actually want to capture this grid, though, if there's going to be a counterattack. We don't know that for sure, though. All right, so it does look like getting through these defenses are not going to be that bad, as all we have to do is break through this initial wall. And as far as I'm concerned, the best way to do that is, as I said, we do have an area here. Let me just take a look. We do have a couple of resource trucks. We're going to have possible airstrikes in the future to be able to sling out there. So what I'm thinking is we will go after one of the turret generators with our resource points. This might be a bad call, but I think this will work. 2 airstrikes will take out a turret grid. So there's 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and grab our group, and we'll start moving over this way, and away we go. Now, they don't have sensors, so they shouldn't see me coming.
Turrets deactivated.
Okay, all the turrets over in this area have been deactivated. So we're just going to have to contend with whatever defenders are over here. Start trying to knock through this wall. I don't think we have line of sight, so let's get up on top of this hill. Okay. That's our way in. We're going to wait for the partisan to be visible here. There we go. That guy's down. Okay, now they might come after me. We'll try and get out of here, though, before they show up. Now let's get over here. Okay, we're going to start moving. Did pretty good damage. Okay, let's hit this guy. Okay, we've killed the enemy. Okay, so far so good. See if we can now get these resource points. So all we're going to do for that is just run over here, knock our way in through the wall. We may have to fight a little bit by doing this, but that's okay. I want those resource points so we can do airstrikes, possibly. I want to knock out this wall too so we get a little bit better vision. Okay, we have a catapult coming around the long way. Honestly, I guess we didn't really have to blow through that wall. We can just go around this way. Okay, let's get this catapult. Okay, we've got some more enemy coming. Okay, that guy's down. Yeah, he didn't quite take out that one lighter mech. Okay, we're getting beat up a little bit with Worm. Back him off. Okay, the rest of the group. We're gonna move up. And because they're going after Worm, we know that bait element is there. So we continue to keep Worm away. We are getting close to this area, so I have to be careful. Move over this way. Let's get these guys going. So they should just blindly ignore Worm. So as long as we can continue to run away with him, we'll be okay. Okay, get this guy. Okay, keep going. So as we can see, the AI does indeed do that. They just blindly ignore your mechs and they just chase after that one enemy without really doing anything about it. Okay. So because they've already decided who they want to kill here, and they're going to go after Worm, we can just kill all these guys without them even really fighting us. As we can see here, this guy's not even fighting us at all. Okay. Now that we've done that, Worm is going to move up with the rest of the group to a certain extent. Now we can see quite clearly here, there are a lot of enemies here. Now if we get in that sensor range and we see there's enemies in that fuel dump area, I will airstrike them. I do have to consider the danger of the turret grid that we're going to have to encounter. Let's just continue to go here. We've got another Star Slayer coming in. Knock him out. Now, he might not have set his target, so we might actually have a little bit of fighting back here. There is a little bit of enemy over there. At this point, we probably could get away with getting that turret control, as it should be pretty easy to capture, as we'll come in behind. Although we are starting to get attacked by the turrets here. So let's back off, capture these resource trucks, and get out of here.
Enemy resources captured.
We don't have to kill that Star Slayer. And if it's not going to engage me, then we don't really care. Alright, let's see where our resource points are. I know trucks don't give us as much. We're only going to get one airstrike here, so I might be better off getting a repair truck rather than an airstrike. So, not positive on that, but we'll see. I didn't see any repair buildings on my search, but once I could just double check by scanning the area. I mean, I know that there's resource trucks and building over here, but I don't remember seeing a repair facility, but I wasn't specifically looking for one. There's more resources over there. All right, so capturing that central area is going to be fairly important. This just looks like a bunch of nothing over here. There are some resources in here, but there might be enemies too, so I have to be careful of that. All right, I think I am going to go ahead with the repair truck here. So while we wait for the rest of our mechs, I'm going to call in the repair truck because I don't want to lose a unit here.
Affirmative. Repair vehicle inbound.
And we should get enough resource points to do the airstrike I'm looking to do anyway. And we need to repair all of our mechs at this stage. So I'm just going to be a little bit more careful about the whole thing where the enemy singles out a particular unit. As soon as it looks like I figured out who is being attacked, I'll just have them run away, and I'll do the cheap way of getting through this. Okay, Longshot's the only one that hasn't really been touched here. Go ahead and repair Hacksaw, and then we'll get Rooster in a second. So far, so good.
Hacksaw here. All buffed and shiny, boss.
Go ahead and grab Worm here. And I'll move up and look to...
Rooster here. I'm all fixed up.
Okay, that Star Slayer is getting a little bit close. So let's start moving away. Matter of fact, grab our repair truck. Have it move over here. Grab the rest of our units over here, minus the repair truck. And we'll see if we can kill the Star Slayer, because he might come in behind me and attack. Well, you know what? That could just be his patrol route. You know what? I'll ignore him. We'll see what happens. But for now, what I'm more concerned about is the composition of the enemy, where they are on the map. So none of them are near the fuel depot here, so knocking that out won't help. And I don't know about the ammo dump. Now, there could be shut down mechs there. Oh, yeah, here it comes. So we'll just go ahead and open up on this guy. It could be going after my repair truck. Could be going after Worm. Not really sure. Either way, we're going to do heavy damage here.
Yeah, he's done. Locked, loaded, and firing.
Okay, let's grab... Oh, no, I don't want to repair. Although, didn't finish the repair here? Alright, let's go ahead and grab Rooster, and we'll have you go and capture these trucks.
Okay, sir.
Rest of the unit, go ahead and move with them.
Roger.
Enemy resources captured. Enemy resources.
Looks like we're going to encounter this partisan fairly soon, perhaps. Okay, so again, there's nothing that I see nearby the ammo dump or the vehicles. Now, if they're shut down mechs, then it would be nice to knock that stuff out, because it would kill them, probably. Unless they're... Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can get them before they really start moving here. Alright, so the power-ups happened in places that, again, are not near the ammo dump or the fuel area, so... Okay, let's back off. At a run. So we know they're going after the Mad Cat, so now we can prepare for that. If they continue to follow me, we know the Mad Cat is the prime target, and they're going to ignore everyone else. So let's just move our repair truck a little bit a ways. Move the Mad Cat. No, don't do that. Kind of frustrating every time. But Rooster, moving. Grab the other three. And we'll just pick these guys off. One at a time, as they've already probably decided their target. Yeah, see, they're not even fighting. So once you figure out what their target is, you can freely kill them, because they won't defend themselves. The AI is very deficient in this game.
Yeah, target locked in. Vehicle destroyed. See ya. Hacksaw here. Locking in.
Okay. Grab the whole unit. You just have to figure out who their initial target is, and once you figure that out, fairly easy. They're moving. They stop anywhere near that fuel depot, I'm gonna hit it. They might be on a patrol route, so it might be hard to time that, though. We could just hit it with our own weapons. Running over that way. Sure what they're up to at this point. It could be a patrol route.
Hacksaw here. It's as good as
Yeah, I don't know who we are targeting here.
hacksaw here. Locking in target.
Back off right now, so those missiles do not land.
Vehicle destroyed.
Okay. Here they go. Hit that.
Long shot here.
That might do the damage that we're looking for.
Hacksaw here. It's as good as dead. Roger.
Don't know if that was close enough to do the damage I was looking for, but find out shortly. Okay, so as soon as I figure out who these guys are going after...
Worm here. Yeah, target locked in.
Okay, it looks like it's going to be Worm here.
Good as dead.
That's a guess, based off of the missiles. Could be wrong. Nope, it's not going to be Worm. It's going to be
Fire.
Hacksaw. Okay, so Hacksaw is going to run away. The rest of the group, minus Hacksaw, is going to stay in the fight, and we're just going to do damage here.
Betcha, sir.
The rest of these guys will just ignore us,
Here. It's good as dead.
and we can just easily kill them.
Loaded and firing. Rooster here. Roger that.
I mean, this is super gamey, which is part of the reason why I never did it, but I guess we'll go ahead, as this mission is going to be tough if we don't.
He's dust. Rooster here. Roger that. I'm on it. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Okay, we do have somebody that's attacking somebody else, so we'll go after that guy now.
It's good as dead.
Okay, you need to start running this way. We're probably going to have to fight it out here. Okay, everybody is going to come over here. We're going to go after this catapult.
Room here. Yeah.
Going to take a little bit of damage here, but
Hacksaw here. Hey, I'm under fire. Check.
honestly, the Atlas itself should be able to knock this guy out.
Good as dead.
Long shot here.
Okay.
Copy target.
Ooh, boy.
All right, our repair truck's going to start moving up with us. We've neutralized most of the enemy in this area. So I'm just going to continue. Oh, there is a repair bay. I'm still going to use the repair truck. Just not now, because the repair facility's here. We might as well use that. Okay. We should know the target now. It's going to be the Mad Cat. So the Mad Cat is going to run back. Rest of the group, minus the Mad Cat, going to engage.
Room here. Roger that. Target confirmed. Rooster here. They're shooting me up.
I'm taking you out.
Roger.
Okay, that guy's down.
That was pretty. Hacksaw here. It's as good as dead. Affirmative. No
Okay,
sweat.
gonna start having to move
Hit the kill board.
with our Mad Cat. Again, the AI is just blindly moving forward now.
Locked in.
That was pretty.
Okay, we've got some sensor contacts here.
That's gotta hurt.
Let's move the whole group together. Got over here. This looks like a bunch of those light mechs, so I don't know if that's too much of a worry. Okay. Come in here. Got a swarm SRM carrier coming. Back off our repair truck. So just like we did before, we want to make sure to dodge its incoming fire.
Rooster here. Roger that. I'm on it.
Alright, so just back off now.
Okay, sir.
Another one bites the dust.
Okay, so far so good. We've got one more enemy in the area, and it's another swarm SRM carrier, so it should be fairly easy to deal with.
Power up
Oh.
detected.
Got a mech power up. Where is that? It could be one of those Menshens, so
Power up
we
detected.
won't see it. Oh, there it is. I see it.
Mech power up detected.
So we couldn't see some of it because of the fact that they have ECM protection. Line of sight's going to be tricky here. They should know I'm here.
Rooster here. It's good as dead. Check.
Yeah, I don't really want to stand next to this fuel truck if I can avoid it. Might be able to hit this fuel truck when they come. Do some good damage. I'll just be patient here until they show up. Okay, that might be close enough.
Long shot here. Copy target.
Roger. Room here.
I don't think I destroyed any important facilities there. Okay, I missed who they're attacking right now. Oh, Rooster again.
Hacksaw here.
So, easy solution.
Okay, sir.
Rooster's gonna back off. We're gonna deselect Rooster. And we're gonna have the others just stand and fight.
Room here. Roger that. Target confirmed. Check.
Storm SRM carrier.
Hacksaw here. Locking in target. Hacksaw here.
And let's be careful with this fuel truck in the area. As a matter of fact, let's hit the fuel truck.
Board.
Hacksaw here. Locking in target. Hacksaw here.
Knock this guy out.
Dead. That was
That guy took a while to die. All right, let's get everybody together. Grab Worm here. He's going to capture the repair bay. And that should be everybody dead in this area. So we're going to be capturing repair facilities. We're going to be capturing resource trucks and resource buildings. I guess if anybody needs repairs, they should take it. It's going to be a Rooster. And you're going to come over here.
Roger that.
You're going to move towards the middle, so you're
Enemy resources captured.
going to have a lot of resources after this.
Enemy resources captured.
Building captured.
Enemy
Okay.
resources
You're going to run over here.
Building captured. Roger.
That should be all the resources in the area.
Enemy resources
Okay,
captured.
let's come back over here.
Rooster here.
We'll check to see if anybody else needs repaired. Put our repair truck in the central location. It may be open to attack. We do see patrolling vehicles over here, or mechs, so be a possibility. Okay, it looks like Hacksaw is the only other one that needs repaired, so go ahead and do that. All right, so we're halfway through the mission as far as I'm concerned. We have a ton of resource points, so at this point I can start hammering the base with the airstrikes.
All bucked and shiny, bud.
So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So this is our only real obstacle to getting into the base as far as I can tell. So let's go ahead and start.
Hacksaw here. Hey, my path is blocked.
Okay, I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to go ahead and hit this sucker with 2 airstrikes. Usually that's how much you need to get through. Okay, let's get over to our group.
Turrets deactivated.
Okay, let's start moving up this road. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but there may be mechs in this area. I at least want to see on my sensors if there's anything over there. And if not, then we'll go ahead and just put our repair truck over there, and that's going to be our kind of staging area for the repair truck if we need to come back to it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to start moving up that way anyway. Might be a bad idea, but we'll find out. There's a mech power-up. I mean, this could be the place to put it. There might also be the hidden turrets. So far, nothing. Okay. Like we can put our repair truck in here.
Rooster here. It's good as dead.
Turrets are knocked out.
Roger.
Looks like there's no defenders to speak of. Now, I hope we don't have to find that patrol and knock it out, because that is one thing we didn't do. Okay, let's go ahead and hit this gate.
Rooster here. Roger that. I'm on it.
A very large group here. Before we move any further in, they are kind of packed together. This could be a good time for an airstrike, but from what I'm seeing, only a couple of their mechs are close enough together that we could probably hit them. So let's try an airstrike here.
Airstrike confirmed.
See if that lands. Might be close enough to the 2 of them that it actually does good damage. Well, it did damage to one of them. Whether it did damage to the other one, I don't know. I don't think that's an effective use of our airstrikes at this point, but we used a couple points on it. There's probably going to be ones that have ECM that we're not going to be seeing coming. Alright, they should know I'm here. So we'll see their reaction. We are in a narrow corridor here, so this is going to be tricky. More than likely, they'll target the Mad Cat first. Alright, let's see what we got over here. There's also a group over here. Okay, so ambulances and a couple SRM, swarm LRM carriers. That's all I see. Swarm LRM carriers might be worth an airstrike just because it makes my job a little bit easier, and we probably will be able to hit both of these guys with one. And I only have a couple, actually 3 airstrikes left though, so I'm going to hold out for another option, perhaps, once we see what the enemy composition looks like a little bit more in detail here. Oh, hello.
Hacksaw here.
All right, let's back up immediately.
I got it, sir.
So I wasn't looking for these secret turrets.
Rooster here. They're shooting me up.
All right, I don't know if I can hit them with airstrikes. And usually there's not, I think, turret grids for these suckers. So let's see if we can hit them with an airstrike.
Confirm. Commencing countdown.
This one here I won't be able to hit, but that will at least maybe make me be able to focus my fire. Okay, that worked pretty effectively. Let's go ahead and get our group back in here. We know which one to target now.
Hacksaw here. It's as good as dead. Rooster here. Roger that.
I think we may have to wait for it to pop up, though, to be able to do damage to it. But now that we knew it was there, fairly easy. Okay, well, we should keep our eyes peeled. I don't know if those are things that you can normally see easily.
Mech power-up.
Okay, now we have mech power-up, so let's see what's going on there. Okay, so we've got a lot more stuff over here now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this area here with an airstrike.
Commencing countdown.
Might be a little late. Yeah, it's a little late. They're moving out. My bad. I really should have hit that area with an airstrike. Okay, we are actually have contact here as well. We're going to start backing up. Okay, so we know they're going to go after my Mad Cat. So let's go ahead and have the Mad Cat run across the bridge. We'll have the others stand and fight. No, 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 no. Mad Cat, run away. I might have accidentally selected the Mad Cat unknowingly. Okay, come here. Hacksaw, do what I tell you to do. Okay. So clearly they're going after Rooster here. So now that we've done that, go ahead and grab our others, out selecting Rooster, and we're going to start going after the enemy here. So we've got a catapult.
Hacksaw here. Locking in target.
Okay, that actually might be going after somebody different.
Hacksaw here. It's as good as dead.
All right, I move the camera in a way that I can't really see what I'm doing too well here.
I got it, sir.
Do you? Because you're stuck. Okay. Catapult's just walking away.
Affirmative.
Okay, so this guy's going after us now. They may have changed targets, but I'm not so worried about one of these guys. Anubis we can take out fairly easily.
Roger.
Okay, I'm starting to worry a little bit more now. Mostly because of the Swarm LRM carrier.
See ya.
Alright, let's get out of here. Okay. Group up now. Mostly Swarm LRM carriers now. See, although there's Anubis right there.
No sweat.
Who are we targeting? Worm? Can't actually tell because he's not landing. Yeah, it is Worm. Okay. Start running away with you. Grab the rest of the units. And we'll defend because we know who the target is. The others should not fight. No guarantee of that. Yeah, it looks like we got it. Pinned down.
Check.
Okay. Let's have Worm get repaired because he's already in the area to do so. And we'll have our other three, I think, continue the attack here. So, not doing too bad. I think we've gotten rid of most of the defenders, although we don't have the sensors to tell us that for sure. As a matter of fact, it's kind of dangerous to go in right now. Alright, we know the catapult's there. Grab all of our mechs, start having them come over here. Okay, this guy's got swarms, missiles, so he is a threat. Back off, I think we've got him. So as long as those don't hit us, which is fairly easy to dodge. Okay, where are you going? Again, we might have had a fordable area we could have gotten to, but... Where are you? There you are. All right, we still have a concentration of enemy, and a couple of them are grouped up. They're not grouped up close enough that I think I can take advantage of them, though. So I'm just going to have to take this a little bit at a time. We figure out who they're targeting, we back off, and we just keep doing it until we get the mission over. We have to destroy the palace. That's this over here. Okay, the mechs, the enemy mechs are on their way. They're going after the Mad Cat. Grab the Mad Cat, and we're going to start running the hell away. We're going to grab everybody else. And we're going to continue to attack. Okay, you know what? I get kind of pissed off when I tell you to run away and you don't do it. Seriously, run away. Okay.
No sweat.
I copy.
Now, Worm took some damage there. Looks like this mech here is reprioritized.
Complete.
Okay, so that's one objective done. Grab our whole group here, so we don't have to kill everyone. Let's just kill the palace.
Roger that.
So these vehicles over here we don't have to do anything about. No, they're just ambulances anyway, so... Okay, that's one wing. Two wings.
Roger.
Objective complete.
And three wings. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Mission wasn't too bad. Now we just have to wait for our group to get to the extraction point. Alright, so I'm actually curious how much more of the campaign there is at this point. We've knocked out House Liao,
Complete.
but we still have Steiner to go, so there may be a series of missions where we have to fight Steiner. We'll have to see.
Mission successful.
Alright, so as far as salvage goes, I'm just going to salvage to turn it around into money, probably. We did have an issue with not having enough of these ECM-equipped mechs, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a Raven here, and the rest I'm going to grab our Menshens, just in case we need another ECM. If we have a mission that requires it, we have the mechs that have them, so there we go. Unfortunately, there's only one Raven to get, so that's going to be it for that. All right. Now we have our kills. Quite a few there. Let's see. It has to be above 10. For exceptional duty, devotion, and sacrifice. That's from the Davian Sunburst medal. So does that mean that's the last of the campaign? I don't recall. I think Worm's going to be the one that was in this campaign possibly from the beginning. So we'll see if he gets an extra medal. And if that's the case, then this is possibly the last mission. Okay. No, he didn't. He might not have been in every mission. I might not have had him in the stealth one. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I missed one over here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So clearly there's no medals above 7, unless there's one for 15 or something like that. But that's quite a lot of mechs killed by Hacksaw. All right, let's go ahead and move on here.
Sir, this private message was sent to you before we destroyed the palace.
Well played, Fang.
All right, looks like we have another mission, so I'm going to go ahead and hold off on that mission briefing until we get there. But in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is MechCommander signing out.